Good morning everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So this 1600 area is turning out to be pretty robust and difficult to get through. And you can see we've got through it. You're looking for a retest. If a retest failed, and now we have managed to close above it again. So the big question is whether we are going to continue. Now bear in mind, earnings season kicks off pretty much today around the globe. So a lot of traders are going to be waiting to see what's transpiring. I'm still of the opinion this was a strong move up flag, and we're looking for the retest of that flag for continuation. We need something huge to break through the 1600 area. You can see we've kind of battled with it since August. Yeah, so we've been battling with it since August, and we still haven't really cleared it. Just the oscillators at the moment group to the upside, and you see when they group to the upside, you typically don't want to be jumping in there. You want to wait for them to group to the downside for your long-term trades, or even for your portfolios if you're pumping the index into your portfolio. But for me at the moment, this is still no real clear direction. So talking about the flag, there is the flag. So we've had the flag was formed pretty much last week, and we've kind of broken it, but we haven't tested it. And immediately, in typical DAX fashion, we have formed another channel. So looking at the oscillators on the 3 hour, this is not something we want to be playing around with at the moment. Technically we are in an uptrend, moving averages are pointing to the upside, but we are flattening out, which always indicates a slowing of momentum. So what do we have here at the moment? I just want to delete the channels. We have a triangle. So yesterday was pretty much a consolidation triangle, and wrong line, there we go. So we've had a strong move up, we've got a triangle, oscillators have come off and sort of just hovering around in the middle of nowhere, so that's not giving us any indication. Moving averages have all crossed over, that gives us a bullish indication at the moment. So if we do break this triangle to the upside, then my first target is going to be this one here. So that's going to be that kind of view. Let me just draw both targets in, and then I will tell you how I expect this to play out. So this was the original up move. Okay, and I'm just going to adjust that to the top here, just to be a little bit conservative. Right, okay, so measured move. So there's a triangle, we've had a move up, so there's been a pretty strong move up overall, but this first little move here, you can see it's moved then into the triangle. So what I suspect, if we do break this, you'll more than likely find us to come up and tag this 16,130, and there is a little bit of structure just below it, which is sort of between the top of the triangle there and a little bit higher up, okay, which is roughly 16,115. So what normally happens with the triangle is you get a break in one direction or the other. It either forms a range, so in other words, it stops there, then pulls back, and then often you see it come back down to the downside, tag the bottom, and then it sort of clarifies the range. Other times when you're in a strong move, it moves up to the first measured move. So that's the first area where it could pull back onto the apex of the triangle, which would be down here at 1600 again, which does make sense, 1600 being that big round number. And then we bounce up to come and tag the 16,130. Then you'll pull back onto the top of the triangle, which is 16,071, and then you tag the top of the bigger range at 16,274. That's kind of the way that I see this playing out at the moment. If it does sort of stop here at 16,071 and then pulls back to come and test the bottom of the range, that's also fine, because the 1600 needs to be tested on the daily. So we need a rejection of it on the daily. At the moment we've just closed on it, and you can see we started above it, then below it, above it, below it, so nobody really knows whether they're going to push it through or not. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment, and triangles always like that. one thing's for sure, it will come back to 1600. So when you break a triangle, whether it's the downside or the upside, it always comes back to the apex. And the apex is right here at 1600. Okay, so that's kind of my view here on the DAX. We are sideways at the moment, so you should be sitting on your hands, not doing much at the moment. If you managed to trade that yesterday, you're pretty good. I think for me, that just as soon as we start doing this kind of stuff, I'm not interested. You can see how many times we tested the 155 EMA on the 15-minute. So that's kind of my view at the moment. It is earnings season, so I expect the markets to be pretty docile today. We do have a jobs number coming out. It's not non-farm payrolls, but it does sometimes impact the markets today. There is a bit of data coming out. But I think we are now in limbo waiting for earnings. So pay attention to the triangle, trade the triangle. You can trade the triangle break, but don't expect it just to shoot. It's going to come back to test the break. It pretty much always does. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment. Probably 15-minute charts is the one to watch, but if you look at this at the moment, that's not something you want to get into. If you're looking for a long, you're looking for a group with the downside like this, and then you're looking for a move up. And then you probably, if you're looking to scalp a short, you'll be able to scalp it off one of these levels back to the apex of the triangle again as well. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.